Similar sorts. What are similar sorts? Sorts such as 5 root 2, root 2, 3 root 2, 8 root 2 can be classified under similar sorts since they all have the same basic form. Since the basic form is root 2, root 2, root 2, root 2. The basic form contains root 2, so they can be referred to as similar sorts. Also, 2 root 5, 8 root 5, 6 root 5 can also be referred to as similar sorts because they all contain the same basic form, root 5. There are multiples of root 5. So similar sorts can be added. You can add similar sorts and subtract similar sorts. For instance, right now we can say 5 root 2 plus root 2. We can add this together. This is going to give us 5 root 2. This has a 1 which is not written. There's a 1 beside that root 2. Since it's a 1, it's not going to be written, but you have in mind that when a sort does not have any number be in front of it, in front of the root sign, that is carrying a 1. So at the end of the day, how do you simplify this? You are going to add this number, this and this together. 5 plus 1 is what? 6. Then you now put the root in front. This is just the same thing as 5, almost same like 5x plus x, which at the end of the day, this is 5x plus 1x, which is going to give you 6x. The way you add variables. Okay, that's just like something similar. So for instance, right now, if we have 2 plus 2 root 5 plus 8 root 5 minus 6 root 5. So this is going to be 2 plus 5, 10. 10 minus 6, 4. Then attach the root. The root 5 goes alongside. So this is almost the same thing as you having 2x plus 8x minus 6x. 2 plus 6 is 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. So at the end of the day, this is 4x. So similar sorts can actually be added and subtracted. We can add similar sorts, we can subtract similar sorts. But something like of this nature, root 2 plus root 3, you can't add this. This is not equals to root 6. This cannot be added because they are not similar sorts. But root 3 plus root 3 can be added. This is going to be 2 root 3. This is carrying the 1, this is carrying the 1. The 1 plus 1 gives you 2. Then you attach the root. So this can be added, but this can't be added because they are not similar sorts. We can only add similar sorts. So now we are going to move on. We are going to add sorts. The single form. When sorts are in the single form, before you can add them, you have to convert them from the single form to the basic form before you carry out addition and subtraction. So that is the next step we're moving to. So we are going to simplify the following. We have root 20 plus root 45 plus root 125 minus 2 root 80. So we take root 20. 2 times 10 gives us 20. Also, 4 times 5 gives us 20. So we can express root 20 as root 4 times 5. I picked this one because it's easier to actually use it use this combination to get to the basic form. In our first video or second video, I showed you how you could actually use the factor method to break it down. But as you get used to this thing, you can actually bypass that factor method. But in case this is giving you a challenge, you can actually use that factor method, which I taught in the second lesson. So this is root 4 times 5. This is the same thing as root 4 times root 5. Square root of 4 is what? 2. While this is this cannot be simplified, so you have 2 root 5. So root 20 is equals to 2 root 5. So we have that root 20. Let's write that up here. Root 20 is, the basic form is 2 root 5. So we're going to move to root 45. So for 45, three can break down 45. 3 in 4 is 1. 3 in 4, remember 1, making 15. 3 in 15 is 5. 3 in 15 is 5 again. Then 5 in 5 is 1. So you have root 45 is the same thing as 3 times 5 times 5. So we can, this has a twin, so we can pair them together. So at the end of the day, from these two pairs, we pick one, and that one will go behind the root sign. So you have 5 root 3. So just pick one out of this 5 and bring it behind this root sign. As we are moving along, we are introducing some shortcuts instead of taking the long path. So you just pick one of these 5 behind the root sign. So at the end of the day, root 45 is equals to 5 root 3. Okay, sorry, I made a mistake. This was 3 times 3 times 5. This was 3 times 3 times 5. So it's actually the 3 that has a pair. So you pair the 3. Sorry for the error. This was 3 times 3 times 5. 3 times 3 times 5. The 3 is paired. We pair the 3. And we pick one out of the 2 3s and bring it outside the root sign. So you have 3 root 5. So we come up here, we change this to 3 root 5 for root 45. Then we move on to the next one is root 125. Root 125. So let's use the factor method here. 125, 5 can go in 125 as it ends in 5. 5 in 12 is 2. Remember 2. Making 25. 5 in 25 is 5. So let's just write this as 5 times 25 gives us 125. So 125 can be written as 5 times 25. So this is the same thing as root 5 times root 25. Root 25 is what? Square root of 25 is 5. So this becomes 5. Root 5. The 5 goes in front. You have 5 root 5. Take this 5 in front here. So root 125 gives us 5 root 5. So I hope that is clear. So we move to the last one, 2 root 80. So the last one is 2 root 80. We have 2 root 80. So let's just pick the root 80. Root 80 is the same thing as 2 times 40. Okay, let's use the factor method. We have 80. 2 in 80 is 40. 2 in 40 is 20. Then 2 in 20, 10. 2 in 10, 5. 5 in 5, 1. So we can actually replace 80 with 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. So this is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. So we take 2 pairs. This 2 has a pair. This 2 has a pair. This 5 is alone. So from here, this gives you 2. It comes behind the root sign times this. From these 2 pairs, you pick one. It comes also behind the root sign. Then what is left in the root sign is 5, which is alone. So you put that in the root sign. So what do you have? 2 times 2, 4 root 5. So root 80 is equals to 4 root 5. But remember that what we had was 2 root 80, not just root 80. So you bring 2 root 80. And so you put it 2 now. 80 is what? 4 root 5. So this 2 times the 4 gives you 8 root 5. Gives you 8 root 5. So root 2 root 80 is equals to 8 root 5. So we've gotten the basic form for root 20, for root 45, for root 125, for root 80. We've gotten all their basic forms. So let's introduce the basic form. So root 20 is what? The basic form of root 20 is 2 root 5. The basic form of root 45 is 3 root 5. The basic form of root 125 is 5 root 5. The basic form of 2 root 80 is 8 root 5. Since they all have the basic form of root 5, root 5, root 5, root 5, root 5, we can add them and subtract them. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. So the final answer is 2 root 5. That's the final answer. 2 root 5. So we're going to move on. We'll move on to example 2. We'll solve one more example and we'll call it a day. So if you have any question, you can drop your question in the comment section. So make sure you are with a pen and paper. So for our next example, we have 3 root 2 minus root 32 plus root 50 plus root 98. So this one is already in its basic form. So we move to root 32. Root 32, 2 times 16 gives you root 32. So this is the same thing as root 2 times root 16. What is root 16? Square root of 16 is 4. 4 times 4. 4 times 4 gives you 16. So square root of 16 is 4. So that 4 can go behind the root sign, giving you 4 root 2. So root 32 can be simplified as 4 root 2. Okay? So root 32 is 4 root 2. We move to root 50. We want to find the basic form. Root 50 is the same thing as 50. 2 times 25 gives you 50. And this is the same thing as root 2 times root 25. So square root of 25 is what? Square root of 25 is 5. So you can write that as 5 times root 2. The 5 goes behind the root side. You have 5 root 2. You have 5 root 2. Okay. You have 5 root 2 over there. Then we have so root 50 is 5 root 2. That is the basic form. The last one, 98. Let's solve for 98. Root 98. 98 divided by 2. 2 in 9 is 4. 2 in 9 is 4. Remainder 1. 2 in 18 is 9. So 2 times 49 can replace 98. And 49 is 7 times 7. So square root of 49 is 7. The 7 can move out of the root sign, leaving behind root 2. So root 98 is 7 root 2. Root 98 is 7 root 2. So we're going to replace root 32 with 4 root 2, root 50 with 5 root 2, and root 98 with 7 root 2. So we have 3 root 2 minus root 32, which is 4 root 2 plus 50, which is 5 root 2 plus 98, which is 7 root 2. So we have 3 root 2, 4 root 2, 5 root 2, 7 root 2. So they all have the same basic form, which is root 2. They all have the same basic form, which is root 2. So we can add and subtract. So let's go ahead with addition. 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 plus 7 is 15. 15 minus 4 is 11. So we have 11. We now add the basic form, which is root 2. So the final answer is 11 root 2. So we've come to the end of our lesson for today with that. So with these two examples, I'm going to give you some practice question on basic forms. I will give you some practice questions to practice before the end of the lesson. So let me quickly give you the practice question. So in case you have any question from what we've done, drop it in the comment section. And like I said, you need to use a pen and a paper. You can't do these things in your head. Whenever you're walking, get a pen and paper and be ready to, sometimes you might need to play back the video. You might need to rewind back. And if after doing all that, you rewind back, watch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, you still have difficulty, then let me know. Drop your comments in the comment section or contact me via WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number is +234 803829 5185. So let me drop the practice question quickly. So these are the practice questions. I have 4 of them. Just try to solve these practice questions, simplify these. You first of all you get them to the basic form. From the basic form you now add and subtract. Just make sure you do them, and if you have any issues, just let me know. So before we call it a day, if you know you're not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, please. Then hit the like button, because I know you've actually enjoyed the lesson. Drop your comments and tell us how you've enjoyed the lesson, or how we can actually improve on our delivery. Click on the bell icon, set it to all, so you always be notified whenever we upload a new video, and share it with your friends, share it with your family members. Thank you, and watch out for the next lesson. In the next lesson we will be looking at conjugate sorts. So bye.